Jirhui, the current is reversing under the waves. If you go down now, you'll get sucked into the propeller.
Xiao, the water temperature's dropping. There's an undercurrent below. The propeller's tangled with at least 10 layers of nylon net.
Xiaoqing, hurry up. Cargo's worth 4 million. If the pump burns out, your dad's dialysis is off next week.
Boss Chang, not in the contract. Underwater cutting extra 3,000.
Get down there. Fix it, and I'll cover the medical bills, huh? If you don't, that prime dock space of yours will have my name on it by tonight.
Five minutes left. Cough, cough.
The pump's running again.
$3,000. Write it down.
Xiaoqing, you wasted too much time earlier. We lost a batch of goods, it's on you. Here's 500, go get some antiseptic. As for that dock, I suggest you sell it to me sooner rather than later. You wouldn't want to end up dead in the water next time.
Mr. Chang, I'll keep this money in mind.
So, have you finally thought it through? Are you ready to sign over the dock deed to me?
Settle the account.
Sell what account?
Dihai number 3 sailed 6,000 nautical miles this quarter.
Maintenance totaled 18 times, including 4 main shaft alignments. Fuel filter abnormal wear occurred 12 times. Mr. Chang, the diesel you provided wasn't pure enough, causing machine damage. I haven't charged for any of this work.
And you've been docking Aji and his men's ship allowances for 3 months. Claiming equipment aging as an excuse. I repaired the equipment. I know if it's broken.
Xiaoqing, have you forgotten who's been feeding you these 3 years?
I trade skills for a living, not sell myself. 20,000 bucks. That covers the medical bills over 3 years, plus 3,000 you owe.
We're even now.
Even. Without me at Lonco Port, you won't even get a single screw. Who would dare fix your ship?
Xiaoqing. Chang Dihai announced on the public board, anyone who gives you work is asking for trouble with him.
If he won't allow it, the sea will.
Xiaoqing. You'll come back begging me, and by then, one berth won't be enough to settle it.
Mr. Chang.
And remember this, if Dihai's ships break down at sea and you come to me for help, the price will be 10 times higher.
Xiaoqing, Uncle Zhou has no choice here.
Your family owes 5,000.
Payment for the fish fry is overdue 6 months. If you don't pay up soon,
I'll have no choice but to take
your old TV away.
Uncle Zhou, hold this. Give receipt.
Wow, you've got money now. It's from Chang Dihai.
From now on, my money has nothing to do with him.
Chinxi, you shouldn't have offended him. Local tyrant of Lonco Port.
Dad, he's not a tyrant. He's just a bloodsucker.
If we can't keep the berth, just let him have it. We can't hold on to it.
If it weren't for what happened to Dad,
I won't drop out of the Nautical Academy. Temperature's changing. This sea needs a new master.
the berth is my grandpa's life and my roots.
Remember, eyes can deceive you.
Radars can fail.
But your skin never will.
The speed of the current is the breath of the fish.
Girl, no one wants the ship except for scrap metal price.
3,000, I'll take it.
Ha ha ha, what do you need it for? The engine's so rusted it can't run. Ha ha ha.
Uncle Son, if the engine starts.
Sell me the boat.
If it starts.
I'll give it to you for free.
Uncle Son, the boat's mine now.
It started. You really brought this hunk of rust back to life.
Uncle Son, does the bet still stand?
The alarm doesn't mean it's ready to go. This boat's hull is covered in barnacles. It'll sink on contact with water.
That's my problem. $3,000 and we sign the deal.
Kid, Chang Dihai's been spreading the word at the harbor. Buying this boat is like buying yourself a coffin.
Uncle Son, do you fear Chang Dihai? Afraid the sea won't recognize Xiao family ties?
Bullshit. Back when I, old son, was ruling Longkou Harbor, Chang Dihai was still scrubbing decks. The boat's yours now. If it sinks, don't come crying to me.
Ching Chang has warned all the repairmen at the port. No one's going to help you.
If no one's helping, I'll fix it myself.
That's a hand, not a shovel. Chang Dihai said you bought this boat to seek death.
Aji, my dad taught me that a boat only rots when it's on shore.
If Dihai won't give oil, I'll get it. Just a broken boat, right?
I'll fix it with you.
Aji, aren't you afraid Dihai will fire you?
He docked 3 months of my salary. I'm done serving. Looks good, though. But we've got no signal and no sonar. Diving blind is like fumbling in the dark.
I am the sonar.
Chang Dihai's ship can't enter the reef zone.
That's our territory.
You want to go into the man-eating reef? Xiao Qing, are you crazy? Blind disassembly, Miss Xiao. This old bus engine isn't your lab plaything.
The 12th bolt.
Turned left halfway and loosened it.
How do you know it's the pressure leak?
Listen to the heartbeat.
Heartbeat.
Machines can talk too. Zhang Yi. Stayed at Changde Harbor for 2 years.
Have you ever heard a ship calling for help?
He only let me look at the dashboard.
Would you dare to go with me to a place without a dashboard?
Mr. Chang said no ice from Longkou Port. Even if it melts into water to feed the dogs, it won't be sold to the rising tide.
Mr. Chang is so generous. He'd rather lose money just to make things difficult for a little girl like me.
Without ice, Xiao Qing, your fish will be nothing but rotten meat when it hits the shore. What do you have to fight me with?
Mr. Chang has plenty of ice.
Doesn't mean we have to buy it. I can fix those old machines over there.
The plant shut down 10 years ago. You really think you're some kind of wizard?
If it works. President Chang must apologize publicly, right?
If it works, I'll send you 3 tons of ice. If it doesn't, get out of Longkou Port.
No power, no fuel. How could it work?
We don't need the whole thing running. I just need its compressor.
Zhang Yi, connect the battery terminals.
When I count to 3, flip the switch.
Minus 18 degrees.
That's cold enough for 500 pounds of fish.
This is stealing.
The equipment here belongs to someone.
Mr. Chang, this factory shut down
The court ruled for creditor old son.
I signed the lease yesterday.
a 3-ton ice bet. If you won't admit it, I don't mind showing the video again.
Xiaoqing's blocking the main channel. No way around for us.
Main channel public property, Zhang Yi. Is the recorder on?
It's on, but what good will that do?
Ram into him. Xiaoqing, if you want to die, don't drag my boat into it.
Mr. Chang, International Navigation Rule 18 indicates illegal channel occupation.
The footage has been synced and sent to the Fisheries Association.
Xiaoqing, you're playing dirty with me.
I'm just abiding by the law.
Mr. Chang, plenty of sea here.
Stop trying to shut others out.
Where are we headed? The offshore fish have all been wiped out by Chanda's fishing nets.
Water temperature is 12 degrees. There's an upwelling near those reefs.
Dead zone, fractured layers below. Big nets will tear apart there.
We're not after big nets.
Wave Rider is entering a restricted zone. Return immediately.
Your big ships are restricted, but Wave Rider isn't. Zhang Yi, drop the nets.
Xiaoqing, this place is full of cold currents. Even seaweed can't grow. How could there be big fish?
That's the part your books didn't teach you. The water temperature at the bottom is 1 degree warmer than the surface.
There's a warm water spring below.
The fish are packed right there.
At one point, you could feel the difference with your hand.
Dad taught me the sea doesn't speak.
But it has a temperature.
If there's no fish below, we'll lose all the fuel cost for this trip.
Do you trust me or Chang Dihai's radar?
I trust you.
Xiaoqing, don't think you're lucky in the reef zone. I've warned buyers, no one will take your goods.
Chang, you'd better worry about yourself first. What do you mean?
You're Dihai number 1. Your propeller was damaged trying to block me earlier, right? Fixing the boat costs 50,000, Mr. Chang. Wishing your business prospers.
Xiaoqing, stuck. The rope's snapping. Otherwise, the ship's gonna capsize.
It's not stuck. We've hit the jackpot.
Look at all these grouper, top quality ones.
Xiaoqing, the fish are great. Too bad we're in Longo port. They'll just rot away.
Who said I'm selling? Contacted the Fisheries Association and high-end supermarkets, waiting to weigh the fish.
Where did you get your connections?
Mr. Chang, you may not recall, I spent 2 years at the Maritime Academy but didn't graduate.
But my mentor,
Still considers me his student.
he's now the chairman of the Provincial Fisheries Association.
Miss Xiao, this is exactly the kind of live fish from reef zones that we want. The price per pound will be 20% higher.
Xiaoqing, total 62,000. 60,000. We could run to top Dihai 10 times.
Mr. Chang, 500 bucks. Here's your change.
Xiaoqing, don't get too cocky. Plenty of people can catch fish out at sea, but only those who make it back alive have real skills.
Mr. Chang, this sea road is a long one.
Make sure your big ship doesn't break down halfway.
Xiaoqing, cold chain cars are booked this week. Earliest arrival is the day after tomorrow. Fish won't wait.
Then sell them locally first and see who dares to buy.
Grouper, 31 per kilo.
Take it or leave it.
All the grouper prices at the port start at 60. You're robbing us.
Zhang Yi, pull up the anchor, we're leaving.
Leave? Chang already gave the word. I'm the only one buying fish today at this port.
Then tell Chang Dihai this.
I'd feed fish to cats rather than sell them.
Xiaoqing just asked 3 dealers. Once they heard it's from the rising tide, they all backed out.
He's playing price monopoly here.
He thinks this port has his name on it?
The fish won't last 12 hours. If we don't sell, they'll die.
They won't die. Aji, help me record a video for evidence. Save recording of Lu lowering the price.
The president is in a meeting, no time for retail investors.
Tell President Lu.
I'm sending this letter to the city bureau now. Monopolizing the market, bullying and unfair practices. If no reply in half an hour, this evidence will be aired on the Legal Affairs program.
She still hasn't backed down. That woman is tough. She went to the association, and she's planning to go to the city.
It won't help no matter where she goes. Tell the ice factory. Cut off her ice supply. Let's see how her dead fish survive a 30-degree night.
The ice factory says the machines are broken. Young master, these fish are about to flip belly up.
Feels like 35 degrees. The oxygen in the water is dropping too fast. Zhang Yi went to the abandoned cold storage east side.
What for? That place doesn't even have power.
To dismantle the old water pump there.
The bearing on this pump is broken. Even if you power it up, it won't run. Chang Dihai trapped downstream. Even if you sell your fish, the cold chain trucks won't get in.
Who are you?
Someone who hates monopolies just as much as you do. I have the cold chain route map for the provincial city supermarket chain. Oxygen level is 30%. It'll last no more than 20 minutes. Zhang Yi on the line, pull the switch.
Why are you helping me?
Chang Dihai fired me. Because I refused to sign off on his pollution report.
I have the data.
You have the boat and the guts.
How much of a cut do you want?
I don't want money. I want Dihai shipping to go bankrupt. Layering based on temperature. Chang Dihai missed a high-yield zone.
That area is rocky. His big ships can't get in.
I can provide the precise migration path. Clear division of labor. I'll handle the fishing. You manage the data. Longko Port is about to change.
Chang Dihai has already greeted us. If we collect loose goods at Longko Port, there's no guarantee for big orders in the future.
We're building a new cha sorting platform.
Each fish's catch time, depth, and temperature difference will be recorded.
Traceability records as well. Can you guys go to this extent?
Grade A groupers must be kept at 12 degrees.
Anything not up to standard.
Not a single one is allowed on the platform.
This isn't just selling fish. They're practically selling gold here.
Chang Dihai offers goods.
I offer premium quality. Same product. Marked up 40% in the mall. And customers still fight to buy it.
Miss Xiao, you're really bold.
Pleasure doing business.
Stop! What are you doing?
Coughs. Boss Chang said, that lousy prop has to break tonight.
$3,000 people are watching you in the live stream. This equipment is worth $300,000. Deliberate damage and assault.
You want to spend a few years in prison?
Smash her phone first.
Evidence is solid, take her away.
That woman called the cops.
Chang Dihai.
This time it's just about money.
No one even brings their dog here. Are we really settling down in this place?
The land deed belongs to Uncle Sunday. Chang Dihai can't reach that far.
Xiaoqing, just now someone from the ice factory said Chang Dihai cut off the transformer in Donggang.
That's the best he can do. No power? Then we'll generate our own. Fix the wood bridge tonight.
Mr. Chang. Jinqiu Supermarket said. Due to the damage to our reputation, they want to cut next quarter's orders.
If Xiaoqing plays the rat in Donggang, block that waterway.
But Donggang is the gateway to open sea.
We have no authority to block the channel. No authority? Then let the association check his seaworthiness certificate.
Take a break, Xiaoqing. You've already hammered 300 nails.
If the pier's unstable, the ships can't dock securely.
Chang Dihai just wants to see us give up.
Well, he's made the wrong call.
When first light shines tomorrow morning.
Anchor Tidebreaker firmly there.
There are 3 broken pilings underwater here, girl. If your boat gets half a meter closer, you'll crack it open for sure.
Xiaoqing, slow down. You're about to hit it.
Uncle Sun, does docking skill grant pass to your pier?
Shh. Your boat handling is decent, but without good ropes here, one big wave, and you're done for. This is an old ballast rope from the old man's time.
Here, take it.
Though Donggang's location is remote. Only deep water stepping stone in Longko port.
Xiaoqing and Sunbo not only gave us the rope but also the key to the old warehouse.
Chang Dihai thought he had driven us to the ruins. But he forgot. Ruins sit on hardest foundation.
Miss Shin, a talent like you staying in Donggang is like a pearl lost in the mud.
Mr. Chang, someone who's been fired like me.
Can't accept such kindness.
What Xiaoqing couldn't give you. I'll give 10 times more. The sea opens next week. I need an accurate route map.
He's testing the exact fishing season timeline. With Mr. Chang sincere, I may consider it. But first, I need to see Dihai Shipping's underlying data.
What's his offer?
A blank check in exchange for a route map.
Plan to set sail early.
We're all set. Just give the command and we're ready to go.
He's trying to get a head start.
He doesn't know that the data I gave him will lead him straight into the kelp field.
Thinks fishing season starts next week, but he miscalculated the tides.
The real opportunity window is only 3 hours.
Xiaoqing Chang Dihai is warming up the ship's engines.
The whole port is watching his moves.
Let him warm it up.
Our opponent isn't him. It's those big yellow croakers.
The sonar picked up low-frequency vibrations. This doesn't look like a normal school of fish.
The water temperature is rising. 0.2 degrees per hour.
My dad's notes mention this. It's a sign of the Golden Croaker's Sea Tribute.
If we can pinpoint the location, this will be the biggest legend in Longko port in the last decade.
Did you hear? News is coming from Donggang.
The Golden Croaker is migrating back. What are you waiting for? Get on the boat now.
Attention, all ships under Dihai Shipping. Whoever catches the King Croaker today gets a 1 million yuan reward.
All right.
Chang Dihai took over the main channel. Xiaoqing, we're stuck behind him.
He's in the deep water zone.
The fish won't be there. We'll take the smaller path.
Eru, put on the life vest and gloves.
Boss, I was riding these seas when you were still in diapers. This little wave is nothing.
Accident from Dihai shipping last week.
All because the crew didn't wear protective gloves.
Well, that's just bad luck on their part.
On my ship, there are only rules. No luck involved.
If you want to die, jump off now.
Don't drag my ship down with you. First rule of the Wave Rider: no safety, no profit.
Got it.
This girl really knows how to handle things.
Keeps these old hands in line.
Everyone, take your position. The golden fish route is just ahead.
Miss Koo. Diesel prices across the whole port went up 30% today.
International crude dropped 2% last night, yet raised by 30%. How much kickback did Chang Dihai give you to pull off this price manipulation?
Mr. Chang said, if small buyers want fuel, they have to pay this price. Sigh.
Xiao Qing. Chang Dihai has monopolized the oil depot. For us small boats, heading out to sea now means losing money.
Then stop fighting on your own.
The 10 of us teamed up, bypassed the port gas station, and went straight to the neighboring city's oil depot to get fuel.
What if Chang Dihai finds out? What if he bans us from entering the port in the future?
He only has a lease for the dock. He doesn't own the airspace over international waters. The evidence is all here.
From the price hike notice to proof of Chang Dihai's control over the gas station.
We're reporting Dihai shipping to the Market Supervision Bureau for malicious price manipulation and disrupting fair competition.
All the evidence is right.
We demand an immediate administrative investigation.
The storm will hit in an hour. Xiaoqing heading out now is suicide.
The water temperature is rising. This anomaly means there's a major current below.
Boss Chang Dihai's boats return to port. Going now is asking for death.
It's not suicide, it's an opportunity. There's a 15-minute window in the storm's eye when the golden pomfret can breathe.
Xiao Qing, the waves are over 3 meters. If we don't turn back, the boat will fall apart.
Xiao Kun. How far are we from the boat?
Shimmerwashi, how far to the boat? 3 nautical miles. But the crosswind has reached level 8.
Hold on tight, everyone. Fortune favors the brave. The Xiao family doesn't raise cowards.
Full throttle, charge through. We've reached the eye of the storm.
Golden. It's all golden.
Zhang Yi, cast the net. Eru, spread out to the left and right.
Odd. Xiao Qing can't pull it.
There's a monster below.
Don't force it. Go with the rhythm of the waves. 3, 2, 1, lift. Su Tong. Yellowfish King. It's really the Yellowfish King.
The wind's so strong. She won't make it back.
Her berth at the dock. We can reclaim it tomorrow.
No way. How could she survive the eye of the storm?
Why is this box so heavy?
Quit whining, be careful.
A 50-pound golden croaker. Haven't seen this at Lunko Port in 20 years. Miss Xiao, Dihai Shipping said your fishing's unstable freelance work.
What's your take? Stability isn't big ships but skill. Gone up to 800,000. Chang Dihai is in the back, dark as coal. If he wants it, make him bleed.
1 million, this fish is yours, Dihai.
Sorry, Mr. Chang. We don't sell to companies that violate rules, pollute, or monopolize prices.
900,000, it's yours.
In Jinqiu supermarket signing room, Xiaoqing, you'll pay 10,000 yuan for this defiance.
Mr. Chang, I just saved you 10 million in advertising costs. Your stability theory is bankrupt.
Surgery fees and money for imported joint are ready.
Your father can have surgery today.
Use the best resources.
Follow the highest standards for recovery too. Dad, I'll help you stand again.
Ching, did you really catch that fish?
I followed your notes and fished it out from the eye of the storm.
It's my fault, son. If it weren't for me back then, you wouldn't have to go through all this suffering. Seiko, there's something I've kept from you for 8 years.
Go ahead, Dad.
The shipwreck back then wasn't a natural disaster. It was Chang Dihai. When he was retreating, he personally cut my lifeline.
Old Zhao. You've worked for the Xiao family all these years. How much does Xiaoqing pay you a month?
5,000 plus commission.
5,000. Does your son's tuition for next semester cover it? Join me, 20k a month.
Tell me the typewriters.
Navigation safety parameters.
President Chang, Xiaoqing to me.
He can't save you from poverty. Take this money back to treat your wife.
Old Zhao. Did you adjust the pressure valve on the port side?
No. I'm on it.
That thickness isn't a tool, it's cash.
Old Zhao. If you need money urgently, just tell me.
He's copying our sonar data. Xiaoqing, why aren't you stopping him?
He stayed when I was at my lowest.
I want to see how he chooses in the end. I have an announcement today.
Starting next month, Rising Tide Fisheries will implement employee stock ownership.
Stock ownership? You mean we get shares?
Yes.
Based on seniority and contribution, everyone becomes an owner.
Xiaoqing, I don't deserve this.
Mr. Xiao.
Someone here took Mr. Chang's deposit and was planning to run off with our data.
Xiao Mao. How much bonus did Chang Dihai give you to stir things up here?
He gave me 30 grand, and staying with you means starving.
Yeah, Xiao Mao, you can leave. But I'm afraid you won't get the money from Chang Dihai.
Those fishermen are like dogs.
Give them a bit of meat, and they
People like Xiao Mao.
use them and toss them away. Qingzi, I'm sorry. I haven't touched the money. I'll give it back to him.
Keep the money. It's a loan from me.
We'll deduct it from your share later.
Old Zhao's back to work.
The pH level's way off. Chang Dihai dumped heavy oil residue straight into the fishery to save on cleaning costs.
That's the lifeblood of this generation of fishermen.
Lights off, heads down.
President Liu, I've got the evidence.
Xiaoqing, Chang Dihai just donated $1 million to the association. This evidence might not hold up.
10 million ecological fine?
Can he afford that?
Analysis released. Exclusive.
Heavy fuel oil for Dihai number 1.
Tomorrow is the industry hearing. I'll make him understand the cleanup cost for the sea. He can't afford it.
Dihai shipping will contribute $5 million to improve the ecological environment of Longkou Port.
Mr. Chang, is this $5 million to wash the paint off your hands?
Xiaoqing, what are you stirring up here?
This is from the drainage outlet of Dihai's factory, Mr. Chang.
Take a sip and prove it's not toxic.
Xiaoqing, you're really trying to ruin me.
I told you, you broke the rules yourself.
All major ships of Chang Dihai to shipping, halt operations immediately. Submit to the investigation.
Old man,
The Eastport land deed is useless in your hands.
Mr. Chang's offer is fair. Consider a retirement home.
Bah! I'd rather let it rot in the ground than sell to that scumbag.
Don't push your luck.
Uncle Sun, can you hear me?
Zhang Yi, connect to City Bureau.
Stream the live surveillance footage outside Sun Bo's house.
Connected. The police will arrive in 1 minute.
Let her go.
Xiaoqing, you take one more step. I'll make this old man bleed.
Turn around and see. Who's wearing the cuffs this time?
Ah!
Those bastards are insane, going after someone as old as you.
Chang Dihai is obsessed with getting this land. He knows it's the last deep-water shoreline at Longkou Port.
You just focus on recovering, Sun Bo. He won't get this land in his lifetime.
You're right, girl. If this land stays with me, eventually those wolves will snatch it.
I've guarded Donggang for 40 years. Today, I'm handing it over to you.
Sun Bo, too valuable. I can't
Stop the nonsense, rent it or not.
Buy it or not, this place is yours now.
Only with you can Longkou Port have hope.
Sun Bo, I'll make Dong Gao's name echo across the entire sea.
Go, take your ship.
Create a new world out there.
Xiaoqing, the land deed is secured.
Got it. Starting today, this place will officially be renamed Tidebreaker Base.
Ah, we finally have a place we can call home.
With our roots grounded, the real battles are yet to come.
Xiaoqing, do you really think you can handle this mess left by Dihai shipping? Can you handle it?
Mr. Chang, you should focus on whether you can sleep soundly in there.
Move, stop dawdling.
Dihai shipyard and facilities.
Starting bid, 8 million.
8 million?
If we secure this, our cold chain and weighbow systems will form a complete loop.
We came here for ship repairs with Chang Dihai. Now it's under Xiao.
No, it belongs to Rising Tide now. Change that flag up there tomorrow.
Xiaoqing, you think you're so great as the president? Fishing suspension moved up by a month? You want us to survive on thin air?
Wang Shua. Early suspension ensures fish fry survive winter. When we reopen next year, our yield will double.
Anyone can promise next year, but who's covering the rent this year?
Riptide Fisheries will advance 3 million as living subsidies. If we sign the scientific fishing agreement, we can get the money right now.
Xiaoqing, 3 million isn't a small amount. If next year's harvest isn't good, we'll lose everything.
The sea never betrays. If we treat the sea well,
It'll feed us in return. The water temperature's dropping again.
This year's cold wave seems unusual.
The polar cold wave arrived early.
tonight's temperature low.
It'll drop to minus 20 degrees.
Notify all the boats still out there to head to the surging tide immediately. Some boats are too far away.
Once the sea freezes, they're as good as coffins. Then take the icebreaking tools.
I'll go get them myself.
Xiaoqing, there's a boat frozen up ahead. It's Uncle Wang's.
Eru, Zhang Yi. Uncle Wang, give me your hand.
Xiaoqing. It's our fault. We shouldn't have gone for that last net of fish.
Stop talking, get on the boat. Ah. Is there anyone still not back?
He cut the rope on purpose.
Dad. The truth is out. Chang Dihai is not human.
Qingzi. You knew it all along. This debt. Dad originally planned to take it to the grave.
Xiaoqing. The law will ensure he rots in prison.
Prison isn't enough. I want him to kneel in court and confess before my dad's leg. These are my father's medical records and the sailing logs he personally marked.
Based on the current evidence,
We can only extend his sentence.
people like this should be locked up for life.
Zhang Yi. The law will give him the fairest judgment.
Karma has finally come.
Officer, my dad's not in good health. Could there be some misunderstanding?
Chang Dihai calculated it back then. He sabotaged your dad's boat, but his own ship steered clear of the reefs. He traded my dad's leg for his bright future.
Dad,
I fixed this rope for you.
Everyone will know after the trial.
"8 years ago, Chang Dihai, in force 10 wind, cut off connection to my father's boat to save himself. He severed the rope that tied him to my father's ship.
Defendant, what is your response to the plaintiff's accusation?
I was just trying to survive at the time. I didn't do it on purpose.
If it had broken naturally, the cross-section shows uneven tear marks. But this rope, the cut is smooth as glass. When Chang Dihai made this cut, did you hear Dad crying on the intercom?
Stop talking. I admit it. Ha ha ha.
Chang Dihai, this court declares you guilty of intentional homicide, sentenced to life imprisonment.
Political rights revoked for life.
Chang Dihai, do you have anything else to say?
The defendant, Chang Dihai, is sentenced to 6 years in prison for multiple offenses and must compensate the victim, Xiao Jianjun, a total of 3 million for medical expenses and damages.
Dad, we finally got justice.
Miss Xiao, regarding what my dad did back then, I apologize on his behalf.
Miss Chang, the law has already given the verdict. Don't need apology. I won't make things difficult for you.
You won. Lonco Port is now completely under your control. Satisfied?
What satisfies me is not the port listening to me. The sea is finally clean now.
And Qingzi's chapter has come to an end.
Dad, let's only look forward from now on.
Mr. Xiao, our products are stocked in 100 chain supermarkets, and our market share is 60%.
Now everyone out there calls us the #1 brand of Lonco.
Having a brand means maintaining standards. If it fails quality inspection, no product can leave the
Uncle Wang. Introducing Xiao Qing, first female president of the Fisheries Association.
What we're aiming for isn't quick money at any cost, it's sustainable, science-backed success.
Boss, the new ship is fully loaded and ready for its maiden voyage.
All right, set sail.
This batch is priced at only half the market rate. It's deliberate, malicious dumping by overseas groups. The texture is loose.
Clearly, it's old inventory that's been piling up.
Mr. Xiao, if we don't block this shipment, the local fish market will collapse overnight.
It's not defense, it's offense.
Miss Xiao, your brand is just an infant on the international stage. Low pricing is our freedom.
Freedom doesn't mean you can dump trash anywhere you want.
At the expo, I'll show Asian clients true deep sea quality. What true deep sea quality looks like.
If they want to fight,
Then we'll take the fight to their turf.
Xiao Qing, lead the team to the International Expo.
No, I want to raise Rider of the Waves prices by another 20% at the expo.
Xiao Qing. That freighter deliberately cut into our work zone. They're trying to hit our barrier.
Used to running wild on high seas. Boss, crash at them.
Don't move, Eru.
activate HD cameras.
Zhang Yi, record their navigation position.
Our traditional operation area.
Dragonmouth ship, get lost.
International waters, Zone 102. Under the International Maritime Convention, fishing here is legal.
Is the evidence sample complete?
It's all recorded. Their illegal turning in intentional collision tracks are very clear.
Good, ignore them.
Continue operations. File a complaint with maritime arbitration after returning.
Strong winds and rough waves are common at sea.
It's not unusual to fail to evade in time. You're wasting time here.
It's not worth the discussion. This is your captain's radio communication record 5 minutes before the incident.
We're going to ram the Chinese boat. Yeah, we're gonna sink it.
According to the stand-on rule, you not only have to compensate for the damages but also issue a public apology in the Global Shipping Weekly.
Shaoqing, the preliminary test results are in. This is rare cobalt manganese nodules. If extracted, Nucheo's annual profit could increase tenfold.
Matches Dad's notes, Poseidon's eye.
Boss, hit the jackpot. Get a deep-sea excavator.
Stop. Beneath the mine lies Lonco Harbor's deep-sea coral conservation area.
If we forcefully mine here, this ecosystem will completely collapse within 3 months.
But that's money right there, boss. If Chang Dihai finds out, he'd start digging.
Well, that's why I'm not Chang Dihai. Have you received the report? Here are the mine coordinates.
Is this for real?
As chairman, applying for national intervention to protect it.
I also propose establishing a deep-sea ecological redline zone. The ocean doesn't betray us, so we can't betray it.
Qingzi. Look, Dad can walk now.
Dad, the doctor said you're recovering better than young folks.
Ha ha. I want to see the ship, Qingzi. Take me to see your big ship. This ship is so stable. If we had this kind of ship back then, Dad's leg wouldn't have.
Dad. The sea isn't what it used to be anymore. Calm down, the kids are still watching.
Qingzi, you've protected this sea for Dad.
No, Dad. We protected it together.
Yeah. Shaoqing, the school is built.
Now fishermen's kids.
Won't have to do hard labor anymore. We're raising mechanics and environmental engineers here. From now on, boys or girls capable can board any big ship. Some say the sea belongs to men. Today, I'm here to tell you all. The ocean values skill, not gender.
If you want to board, follow me to the lab.
Mr. Xiao, these kids are.
The future soul of Lonco Port.
The seeds have been planted.
Once they grow, Lonco Port will truly be #1 in the world.
Mr. Xiao, just got the news. Chang Dihai is released from prison today.
Ha, that old guy actually made it to his release.
He's not coming back. His era sank to the bottom of the sea long ago.
If he dares to come back to Lonco, I'll be the first to stop him. Hurry up, stop stalling.
Coming.
He's repairing ships in that village for free. Xiao, want him? No need, everyone has their path. The rules at Lonco Harbor have changed. Him being there is the best outcome. Xiao, last year's financial summary is out. Rising tide fisheries revenue.
Officially broke
2 billion. If I had thought of a number like that back then, people would have called me crazy.
Money is just a number, Ruashi. How is the aid program coming along?
Mr. Xiao, the guaranteed purchase policy helped old Zhang's family build a house and send their kid to college.
Uncle Wang, all 3,000 fishing households in the harbor are now partners riding the tide. If we avoid overexploiting the sea, it will sustain us long term.
Mr. Xiao, some say you've turned the sea into a one-man empire.
I just set some rules for the sea. No one is above them. In the future, prophets at Lonco Harbor must first learn to respect this blue expanse.
I heard from Uncle Son that you set aside the Dongo land, not building a factory there.
Breathing space for Lonco Port. Uncle Son guarded it his whole life. I want to turn it into an ecological reserve.
Dad taught you to adapt back then. To help you survive. Now you've helped everyone survive.
"8 years ago, I lost my dignity here. Today, I found my freedom here.
Get down. If it can't be fixed, your dad's medical bills will stop.
15 degrees, this is the heartbeat of the ocean.